Hey everyone, Saintsfan back again with another import-export DLC video, and today we're going to be talking specifically about that export stuff. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like these new export missions are now the best in terms of making a ton of money and also being fun and not feeling like a grind. But I'll talk more about that in a second. I will say right off the bat that we don't have enough data as of yet, enough information to truly determine what's better between this, the MC business, the CEO crates, and the VIP work. That'll probably take another 3 or 4 days before everyone figures that out. Now, really, in my eyes, the only unfortunate part about this export DLC, apart from the money aspect, which we'll touch on in a second, but I'm not going to count that as a negative because we just got to get used to it. I don't like it, but Rockstar are never going to budge on that. The only unfortunate part, though, is the cooldown timer. So I don't know if you guys knew this, but there seems to be a 10-minute per car cooldown timer when you go to sell. So if you're doing stuff solo, you can't sell another car until 10 minutes is up. But if you sell 2 cars, if you have 2 associates, it's 20, 30 minutes for 3 cars, and then if you sell 4 cars, you have to wait 40 minutes to sell again. And that's quite a bit of time. But I'll explain how you can actually take advantage of that to give you even more money. Going back to the money aspect, it's really unfortunate. I hate, and I think you guys will agree with me here, I hate the fact that they show you the actual price of the car. In no way does that help anyone. That makes people who play the game more upset because you see, oh, $2 million? Well, guess what? As the CEO of your business, you're only getting 100 grand. And I don't think we'll ever get anything more than that. It seems Rockstar want to limit us to, 100, 200-ish, maybe $250,000 per hour. That's like the max they want to limit us to. That's why they put all these restrictions in place. But it's just really unfortunate that they show the price to make you more upset, I guess, when you do go ahead and sell them. Now, some basic info about this entire process. There's 3 different values for the cars. When you go and pick a car up from your CEO office, it'll give you a text message that says if it's either a standard value, a mid-range value, or a top-range value. You are obviously going to want to go for the top range value because that gives you the most amount of money in the end. When you do go ahead and get a car though, and you bring it to your vehicle warehouse and you go to sell it, there's 3 different options here. There's a private buyer, which sells for the lowest. There's a showroom option, which is in the middle. And there's a specialist dealer, which sells for the most. That's the one you're going to be paying attention to. That's the one I'm sure a lot of people are going to be doing. But for the standard car, just in case you were curious, the private buyer, you only get 15 grand for it. So it's not really worth it at all. The showroom, you get 22,000 for it. But the problem here, or not the problem, but the part with the showroom and the specialist dealer, you're going to be paying a little bit out of your pocket. So the amount it tells you get for being a showroom car as a standard value, you get 26,000, but it's minus 3,750, which gives you 22,500. And that's the base price, or that's the final price. As for the specialist with a standard vehicle or standard value vehicle, the price that it shows is 37,000, but you have to pay 7,000 in customization options, and in the end, you only get 30,000. For the mid-range, the private buyer is 25 grand. For the showroom, you get 37,000, and for the specialist dealer, you get 50,000. And then for the top range, the one that you're gonna want to get, and like that's the one you're gonna want to sell, you get 40,000 for the private buyer, 60,000 for the showroom, and then 80,000 for the specialist dealer. That's the most you can get per car, unless you get a collection of cars. But the number does not change depending on how many cars you're selling. It's 80,000 for the max on everything. Now, I guess if you did want to sell 4 top range cars at 80,000 a pop, you'll get a big chunk of change if everything goes well and you deliver all the cars, but you do have to wait about 40 minutes or so to do another sell mission. And assuming, if you were curious, if you delivered all of those 4 top range specialist dealer cars for 80,000, if you deliver them without a scratch so you don't have to pay any repair costs, that is $320,000 per that mission. Which, if you do 2 of those in 1 hour, that's what, 640,000? Assuming you have 8 top range cars, all that are going to sell for $80,000 in your warehouse. Now, we all know what happens when you do go and sell stuff in GTA Online. People try and come after you. One thing that you should know about, I haven't done this, but I've heard a lot of reports about it. If you glitch yourself into a solo lobby, like a solo public lobby where you're by yourself and you do a sell mission, don't expect that you're not going to have any resistance, because apparently NPCs will actually spawn and come after you if you're in a solo lobby. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but like I said, a lot of people, like a lot of my followers on Twitter, reported that happening. So I figured I would let you guys know. Don't be expecting it to be super easy if you are in a solo public lobby. Also, the value of the cars, like I said, when you're in your office and you go in and purchase a car, or not purchase a car, but go and source a vehicle to find and steal, it'll tell you right away what value it's in. If you don't want, say, a standard value or a mid-range value, a way you can skip that mission and then repeat it is by switching lobbies. Now, this may take a little bit longer than just going out and getting the car, because who knows if the next lobby you get in, it'll give you a top range, or if it'll just give you another standard. But if you just want top range cars in your garage, that's the best way. Just switching lobbies if you don't get one. And then if you do get one, obviously go out and get it and bring it to your warehouse. Now, in addition to the export missions, there are some new VIP missions, and some of them are good, like the transporter one, I believe. Or maybe it's haulage. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one with the new Wastelander. That one's pretty easy. You basically just drive to a point on the map, and at least when I did it, no NPCs came after me. So super simple, super quick, and super easy to do. And I got $22,000 from it, which is usually the most you get from those VIP missions and VIP work. And these missions are what you can actually do in between the cooldown period. If you do sell 4 cars and you have to wait 40 minutes, do some VIP missions, because then you could almost round that number up to $1 million, you know, hypothetically, right? If you had 8 top-end cars and you were going to sell them for $80,000 a piece, if you did have 4 people in your crew and you sold them both times, that's, like I said, $640,000 per hour. Plus, if you do some of the VIP work, you can get another $100,000, $200,000 on top of that. That's, you know, pushing $800,000 an hour. Now, that's just hypothetical. That's in like a perfect world, but the possibility is there. So you can get a lot of money from these new missions. And the best part, the reason why I like them so much, even if in the end, you know, if they do the math and they figure out, oh, well, the CEO stuff is still better. Here's the thing. I like them because I drive fast cars and not a slow-ass mule or a slow garbage truck or something. That's why I hated the CEO stuff and the MC stuff, because it just took too long and the vehicles they gave you were just not good, where this time they are good. And I would much rather have a fast delivery system that pays out a little bit less than a slow vehicle delivery system that pays out more. But again, we're not going to know officially, I guess, until, you know, more data and more people do and sell these missions. But at the moment, it looks good. If you sell just top-end cars and do VIP work while you wait for the cooldown to go away. So that is it with the video. Thank you all for watching. If you have anything you want to add to this, just leave it in the comment section. But with all the negativity I've seen regarding this DLC, I guess all the problems that people have been having, I really like the missions and I really like the cars. So that's why when it comes to money, I think I'll be doing a lot more of these missions instead of the business and the CEO work. Also, one final thing I guess I should mention, instead of doing the VIP work during that cooldown of 40 minutes, if you did sell 4 cars, you could do CEO work, or you could go refill your business, your cocaine business or your meth business. And if you combine all of that together, I mean, you might even be able to push $1 million per hour. I don't know if it's possible, but the amount of money that you can make does seem really high with this new DLC. But again, that is it. So thank you all for watching. Please drop a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more awesome GTA content. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.